know, now you know. Let me shoot some real quick. Follow me.
Hi everyone, I am Mimi and I am excited. I'm excited to watch this episode of Mob Psycho 100 because my bad guy, Teruki, right, is gonna face Mob. I don't know if they're actually gonna fight, but they're probably gonna, Teruki is probably gonna try to fight Mob. I just don't know if Mob is gonna reciprocate, because last episode we had a gang war between Salt Middle School's gang and then Black Vinegar Middle School gang, which Teruki is like the head honcho, and then the leader of the Salt Middle School, Tenga son, I think he's called, hatched a plan, and then they want the Black Vinegar people wound up fighting the bodybuilding people from Salt Middle School, and the body people beat why am I trying to recap this? The point is, Teruki came in and then he just decimated everybody with his psychic powers. And then you have him that's strong psychically and that fights people, humans, with his powers. And Mob doesn't do that, so it's like, what's gonna happen? I'm excited. So let's go. Yeah, he actually was surprised when he noticed that Mob was. If he's as strong as you, okay. Say what? Everyone is not special, but you can be what you want to be. I love this song. Mob, what do you want? Mob, what do you want? Mob, who do you want? Move just like Mob. One is not special, maybe you can be what you want to be. '84, '86, '87, '90, '90, '90, '90, '90, '90, '90, '90, '99. This song is awesome. Come on.
いくらお前でも油断してると足をすくわれるぞ。ごめん、聞いてなかった。何？どうして攻撃してくるの？僕は何もしてないの。
He is stronger than you. He is stronger than you. He ran away.
自分の天敵になり得る存在に会うのは人生や。
Okay, don't just.
この場で自分の優位性を証明しないと収まりがつかないんだろうな。それはさておき。あのワイヤーアクションみたいな変な動きはなんだ？念動力で物を浮かせたりするやつ。お前はやらないのか？酔うからやらない。しげお、ここは一つ分からせてやれよ。上には上がいるってことをよ。
な。
嫌だよ。
嫌だよ。
人に向けていいものじゃないんだ。 超能力をうまく利用して充実ライフを送ってんじゃねえか。それに対してお前はどうだ？地味な生活、冴えない日常。超能力のないお前に魅力なんかあると思うか？
The fact that he's just now
俺
moving.
たちは人とは違う特別な力を生まれ持ったわけだが、決して自分を特別な存在だと勘違いしてはいけない。力に自信を持つのはいいが、おごってはいかんぞ。俺たちの力は使い方次第で凶器にもなる。刃物と同じだ。刃物でやっちゃいけないことといえばなんだ？人に向ける？よく分かってんじゃねえか。肝に銘じておけ。それが特別な力を持つ俺たちのモラルだ。
Okay, let me just pause right here. As Reigen was giving his speech, here I'm like everything he's saying makes sense, and I love that he was saying that to him. And then by the end, there I'm like, he was probably saying that so that maybe Mob doesn't turn against him. Once he figures out that he's just a fake and he's been using him. I don't know. But that's a good lesson that he gave to Mob. Okay, let's go.
それに僕は超能力に頼った生き方はしたくない。自分の中の他の魅力を探すんだ。
変わるってってお前。よ
今度はどうだ？全体重を乗せた粘土タックルだ。超能力を使わない生き方だと。バカだな。
こっちとしてもシゲオをここで壊されるわけにはいかない。
Somehow I don't think he's broken.
神になれる男だ。てめえみたいな人間を相手にし
I knew it. I knew it. Oh, he's gonna be mad. He's gonna be mad. He's gonna be
僕の
mad.
最高ウェーブで消し飛ばした。一かけらも残さず根元からね。
He's gone?
久保が奨励された。
俺様がお前を人気者にしてやるよ。
I did not expect him to like be exercised like so quickly. I expected him to last till at least the end of the season. What the heck? Dimple.
ペットを消されたのがそんなにショックか。
そうでもない。
Oh.
もっと自信を持てシゲオ。主役はお前だぜ。
なんだよお前、その顔は。
あのさ、なんで小物とか凡人とかいちいち他人を下げないといけないのかな。
いつまでも余裕面でいられると思うんだ。
That's just his natural face, man.
出力最大。ノーブレーキで行くよ。
危ないよ。僕じゃなかったら怪我しちゃう。やめなよ。
お前だったら怪我しないっていうの
Well, of course he's not.
力を甘く見てんだぜ。
どうした守ってばかりか。
やめろって言ってるのに。
ここまで耐えられるか。耐久テストをしてやるよ。
Why is this so funny? All that is like, ow. Oh my gosh.
いい加減に事故が起きるってば。
お前、わざとやっただろ、これ。
What did he do? What did he do? What did he do? old man. Oh my gosh. He has aged so much in this fight.
今より一層落ち武者っぽくなったとか思った
What is an Ochimusha?
名前はなんて言うんだい
影山
Kigama Shigeo.
影山茂雄。
影山僕は花沢だ花沢照樹
花沢くん、どうも。よろしく。
違うよ友ではない
もうやめようよ。
終わらせたければ打ち負かしてみろ。僕は人気者で世界の主役。全ては僕を死に回ってるんだ。花沢照樹は選ばれた。
Oh my god, he's lost it.
さあ攻撃してこい。力比べだ。
嫌だよ。
どうしてだ。僕がいいと言ってるんだぞ。
だって、大怪我をさせたくない。
は
Because he knows he's stronger than you. That's what it is. He is stronger than you.
僕を凡人と一緒にするなよ。
これは同族嫌悪だ。花沢くんは僕に少し似てる。超能力を持ってるところじゃなくて、自分に全然自信がないところ。自分から超能力を取ったら何も残らない。
Wow. Wow.
それに気づくのが怖いんだ。花沢くんの正体も僕と同じなんだ。超能力がないと何もできないってことを認めたくないんだと思う。
寝言を言うな。僕とお前じゃ何もかも違う。
I think he nailed it.
僕から見れば凡人だもの。
僕は何をしているなぜこうなったくそお前だお前のせいだ力さえ使えば何もかも思い通りになった
今のシュートすっげえ。
使え。超能力を使え。
ダメだ。人に向け
Oh no 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 no. What was that?
返してよ。僕たちのお年玉返してよ。兄さん。痛いよ兄さん。僕は変わるんだ。
Just let him go, Teruki. Oh.
おい影山
使ったな影山。てめえも人に向けて使ってんじゃねえか。結局お前も。
こいつ意識がないのかじゃあなんだよこの力僕の力が影山に吸い込まれていやそれだけじゃない大衆のエネルギーもこんな膨大な器を持っていたのか嘘だろ僕は何を目覚めさせてしまったんだ。僕って凡人だったんだな。
モブはすぐに悟った。自分は変わることができなかった。どうしても自分に勝てないという悲しみ。それはモブの自らに対するささやかな抵抗であった。
花沢くん、服とかごめん。
待て影山テルさんだいたぞあそこだあ
なんだあれ。
エキスなく処刑されてるぞ。あんな頭にされてたまるか。
見たよ影山言い訳できないな乾杯だよ
リツ。あの時はごめんね。あの時僕はリツに何をしたんだろう。
ああ、高校生に絡まれた時のね。兄さんには何もされてないよ。 不良が僕を突き飛ばして怪我をしただけさ。
上昇する瓦礫の中には人のようなものも見え、未だ被害者の特定及び安否が
あの時あれは兄さんじゃなかった。
I started this episode feeling so like excited and stuff, and then I ended up just being like emotionally drained. There were so many things in this. First off, the fight between Mob and Teruki was so one-sided but so awesome. Like seeing Teruki display his powers, and then the way he was flinging Mob around into the walls, into everything. And then in my mind I'm thinking that Mob is physically, he's not strong, so all those hits should be affecting him like physically, but it didn't seem like that. There was just that one point where he was, I don't know, thrown into the wall, and then he was like out. Which, that was funny. It's like, oh, those things that Teruki displayed, and his answer was like out. Like that was like absolutely nothing, like nothing compared to Mob's powers. And then he just completely started losing it, because Teruki thought that he was the only Esper, I think they're calling them, in the world. And then he finds Mob, and realizing that compared to Mob, he's just like a regular person, and he treats regular person like they're nothing. And the way Mob was analyzed them, like he said to him that they were the same. Without his powers, he would be nothing. And that's how Teruki was treating regular people, like he was above them because he has psychic powers. And the lesson, first of all, what Reigen said to him, it's like, just because you are talented in something doesn't make you more than any other person. And I loved that lesson. And then when Mob asked Teruki, like, why are you belittling? Is that the word? Other people, like, he's just being a bully just because he has past psychic powers, and he used all those psychic powers to like gain everything that he ever wanted. And Mob is there, he has his powers, he doesn't use them, and he tries to better himself, to make himself different just by normal means. Like he joined the bodybuilding club just so he could, gain muscles. It's like what Mob is doing naturally, Teruki is doing with his psychic powers. And you take away that, he's nothing. And then when he was choking Mob, and then they showed that flashback of him, of people, like when they were doing like beating up his little brother, and then he lets his powers loose. He didn't mean to, obviously, but I don't know if he killed those people, but he hurt them really badly. And because of that, he never wanted to use his powers against people. But because Teruki was choking him out, and I don't know what, I want to think about the emotion that drove him past. And it wasn't 100% either. It was just interrogation points, like 3 of them. It wasn't 100. Like it was they say it was a completely different, like wasn't his brother. Like that's what Ritsu said at the end there, that wasn't his brother, that's another entity that's inside Mob. And what percentage level is that though? Like infinity? I don't know. But then when he came into himself, and saw all the damage that he did, and the fact that he couldn't control himself, that's sadness. Oh my gosh. I was wondering what would happen when his sadness reached 100%. And I'm not totally sure about that because it felt like it didn't actually reach 100. I saw it stopped at 99%, but then it started raining. So I'm thinking, like, I don't know if it actually went over 100, then that sadness is what caused the raining. I don't know. I'm slightly confused about that. But I'm really worried about Ritsu and his like, I don't want it to become a situation where he is so jealous of his brother that just he becomes the bad guy in the series. And I feel like that's where it's headed, and I don't like it. I do not like it. He is either he is super jealous of his brother's evil entity, other entity, or he is super afraid of it. Because when Mob asked him what happened, he gripped the door, like, what door, the handle, he gripped it. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what exactly he feels toward his brother. There's jealousy. There's definitely jealousy. I just don't know if there's hate because he doesn't have that amazing power. I don't know. Alright. I see him heading toward the evil path, but I don't want him to go there, and we'll see. And then the fact that after Mob beat Teruki so badly, and then he's like, I'm not gonna use my powers against people anymore. As they were fighting, and Mob told him, like, figured him out and told him to his face, I started thinking that this is gonna be a situation where they started as enemies, but they're gonna end up as friends. And I feel like that's what's gonna happen, because by the end there, you can just tell that Teruki has lost, like, all the fight in him. Like, he's just and I like that, but I'm also like not really a fan of it, because when I see the not the credit, like the song in the beginning, and then you see him in the intro, the intro, it's like I kept thinking that he's gonna be such a big character, that's such a big foil to Mob, and it was just resolved in this episode. Like, he's nothing compared to Mob, and I'm kind of sad about that. But that kind of makes me feel sad, not sad, glad, because Mob is like, there's no comparison. Mob is so strong. I wonder if there's ever gonna be a second that's even close to Mob's powers. Oh my gosh, I am loving this anime. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.